Welcome to Turnbuckle Weekly. Turnbuckle Weekly with Chuck Carroll.
Here we go!
Welcome to the Turnbuckle Weekly with Chuck Carroll, talking to the biggest names in pro wrestling. My guest this week, you know her from the Funkadactyl. She's one hell of a WWE diva and one that I hope will get more opportunities to shine in 2015. Naomi, how are you this morning?
I'm well, thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time, and let's just dive right in here. Your current storyline with The Miz and his friction with your husband, kind of blurring the lines between reality and sports entertainment. So scripted or not, that's got to present maybe a little bit of a challenge for the two of you. Is this difficult, or are you guys having an interesting time dealing with it, or do you just kind of laugh it off once you get backstage?
Well, it definitely has some real elements to it, which I think everyone can relate to, especially us, working with each other and living with each other and us having our own dreams and aspirations, and me, sometimes not taking his advice and information. That really does happen because I'm very strong and sometimes stubborn and independent, and sometimes I do have to find out things the hard way. So it's actually cool that we get to tell this story and play it out because it just comes natural. It's like some elements of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of couples, virtually everyone out there, can relate to what's going on there. I mean, what relationship is perfect? You just happen to share yours with millions of people.
Exactly.
But on the lighter side of things, I mean, working with The Miz, you're also getting an opportunity to work with Ms. Dow, somebody that the WWE Universe has just adopted as their own right now. And I mean, do you ever have a hard time keeping a straight face while he's pulling his shenanigans out there?
Looking at Ms. Dow, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Sandow he cracks me up. He's hilarious and he makes everyone laugh, so I definitely find it hard to keep a straight face and focus on just The Miz, who I can't stand, whereas, Sandow is a lot more likable than The Miz.
Well, the Miz he's another one of these guys that has a relationship, at least with the former diva, and we see so many couples now in WWE, you and Jimmy and Steph, Triple H, Natty, TJ, Bree, Daniel Bryan, Nikki, Johnson. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And, is this just a product of being on the road so much and needing a mate that's compatible to that kind of lifestyle? What's the deal there?
Well, I can't speak for everyone, but John and I have been together since developmental almost 5 years now, and we met before he or I knew what our future would be here in the WWE, if we knew we would make it out of developmental, and I was brand new to this, so I definitely wasn't sure how far I would get, but we've been together pretty much since the first time we met, so I couldn't picture or imagine myself being with anyone else, whether we were on the road together or not.
You're listening to the Turnbuckle Weekly with Chuck Carroll. My guest this week, WWE diva Naomi. Give her a follow on Twitter at Naomi WWE. And let me ask you about this. Vince McMahon's comments about the locker room currently being less ambitious, essentially needing to step up, grab that proverbial brass ring. That comment, it gets widely publicized, but much of the discussion about that has been focused on the male part of the locker room. I'm curious, how would you characterize the divas in the locker room? Is there a lack of ambition?
Absolutely not. I think we're all ambitious, we're all hungry, and we're all very competitive. And I think the more that they give us opportunities to showcase our abilities and what we have to offer, like what's happening to me now, I think they'll soon get more confidence in us as well as the fans and give us more time in matches so that we can prove ourselves because we have a lot of talent in the Divas locker room. Perfect example is AJ Lee. She's definitely, to me, I feel like has done an amazing job for the Divas division. She's definitely elevated the Divas division, and had she never been given the mic time, given the ring time, and had that focus on her, we never would have saw that. Because she's definitely not, your traditional type of diva. Which there are many more girls like that in the locker room. Myself, I believe that I do have something different and special that I bring to the table. And as soon as I get my shot, I think WWE and Vince will be very pleased.
So when you guys first heard those comments from Vince, I mean, did that kind of strike a chord? Did that kind of take you aback a little bit? What was the initial reaction? How's the locker room responded?
Absolutely. Everyone was pretty shocked and taken back by it, but I think we all see what the intent was, and that's just to light a fire and, kind of get everyone up on their toes and just push everyone to work harder. I mean, if it did nothing else, it definitely it pissed us off to where, we kind of want to even go 10 times harder than we were before. So I think it's a good thing, Sometimes you got to turn a negative into a positive, and I think that's exactly what Vince was trying to do to us all.
And you've gotten a couple of shots at the Divas title this year, had one at Money in the Bank against Paige, and then most recently on Super SmackDown against Nikki Bella. You're coming close. Talk to me about the gratification of just getting a shot at the title versus perhaps one that may come when you actually get that gold.
Right. I mean, this is the fun, exciting part to me. It's the thrill of the chase, and I love it. I'm glad I'm doing more, and I just hope I continue to get these title matches, these title shots, and then, once you get it, you have it now, and then that's a whole another ball game, and now you're retaining it. But I think the excitement for me is actually chasing it and developing and growing. And it's the story of getting there, which is what I feel like I'm telling and going through now, which I'm enjoying very much.
But you got to level with me. Has anybody dropped any sort of hints about when you actually might go over and get that Divas title?
Man, your guess is as good as mine. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Like I wreck my brain at night. Just up thinking where am I going? Like what's gonna happen to me next? What can I do? Like all sorts of things. But I have no idea. All I can do is take it one day at a time.
Do you think that wrestlers in the WWE locker room get closer to the title or advance their careers by really kind of suggesting their own storylines? Because the creative team, there's so many people backstage, there's so many different stories that they have to write. That's a lot. So if you come at them with an idea of your own that maybe helps advance your career, do you think that could move you along a little bit more quickly to getting that Divas title?
I definitely think it's better when you create something of your own, or when it's you. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's timing. It's right time, right place, right storyline, right people to work with, and it varies. I've pitched many things, and some work, some never took, and now I'm in this angle with my husband, which I love.